Showtime, my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shogun Zorra and thank you for tuning in. And yes, as you can see in the title, I'm talking about anime that have, in my opinion, really good endings. And yes, for me personally, what makes a good ending is when the anime concludes this series really well, of course, and we can have the character be in a position where we don't necessarily need to see more of the character itself. And I think everything pieces together at the end. Yeah, this is basically what I think makes a good ending. Of course, about all the series I'm going to talk about, just because I mentioned a series doesn't mean necessarily the anime has a happy ending. Because I might find the ending good, but doesn't mean it has a happy ending, so it should be warned. And also, you will see probably down in the timestamps all the animes I'm mentioning. So if you have watched the anime or you would like to watch, don't want to get spoiled, of course you can skip to the other animes I'm talking about, so you'll be not get spoiled. So of course this will include spoiler because I'm talking about each of different animes about the endings. The first series I want to talk about is Assassination Classroom. What I love about Assassination Classroom is I feel like I like about Assassination Classroom what they did is all of the depth of Kodo Sensei, they didn't necessarily skip to the final a final episode where they already are all adults, right? And what I like about it is that they let all the situation be marinated, right? Because we see the characters grieving and we know also all about the stuff that happened afterwards, and they went to their graduations. And yeah, one thing that I really love about the ending is also about Kodo Sensei, because Kodo Sensei is such a big character and important character to everybody's character's life, and how he impacted the character even almost like after the death still, like he still sort of had also the student example with Nagisa's parents. And because Nagisa's parents are, we know in the series they are both the parents are divorced, but they came together to Nagisa's graduation, high school graduation, and the only person who did this was through Kodo Sensei. And seeing this makes you also emotional. So it's like, wow, even after the death, Kodo Sensei is such a particular series, because the whole premise of the show is kill Kodo Sensei, but then of course throughout the story, plot has went a bit different direction and stuff, and I felt like this was really beautiful. And also what I love is everyone is happy. Also what I love is in the series everyone graduated happy, in terms like, because in the series, beginning of the series, it almost looks like they won't be graduated because they are not really good students, but at the end we see the stuff from the beginning where they're not good. Now they are really good students, the best students in the whole school, and now they're graduating happily, and that's one of the beautiful things. So it's like contrast to the beginning to the series. And yes, seeing everybody being grown up is really beautiful, and seeing that everybody is happy with where they are. It's not like they were limited by it's not like they were limited or they don't have enough skill for what they want to do. So it seems like everybody wants to do what they want to do, and we're not limited. Everything through Kodo Sensei. And also Kodo Sensei has like the big guidebook that I love, where they help them out for each individual for every situation, and still help them out because they haven't even finished it out. And I really love about Nagisa, also seeing Nagisa being a teacher, want to be a teacher like Kodo Sensei, and it's beautiful, like the student teacher dynamic that Assassination Classroom holds. So I think that overall this makes a really beautiful ending. I love the ending so much, and yeah, Assassination Classroom is really beautiful. The next series I want to talk is Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphanage. You should watch it definitely, because it's a series where you don't have to watch any other Gundam series. You can just watch Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam by itself with 50 episodes, and that's it. Yeah, with Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphanage, it's a sad one because it has a sad ending, but it's still a really good ending. It's almost like a poetic ending. The orphanage, the characters we see in Iron Blood Orphanage, and the orphans that from Mars after they were treated like human debris, they finally were able to taste what it's like to have their own freedom. And this was really nice seeing throughout the story from the beginning and then throughout the story, and now what's happened at the end. But yeah, throughout the series we have a lot of characters that we like, unfortunately dying to come closer with everybody else for their ultimate independence and freedom. But unfortunately, what happened at the end is Tekkaden didn't really became as independent what they wanted, and of course it's really sad because a lot of good characters, like both main characters, died. Olga protecting one of his friends, like his brothers that he treats, and then of course Mikazuki fighting with everyone, not everyone, but fighting with some other character who can use mechs and trying to let the rest of the rest of the cast go away, like to flee from the situation, so they won't be as badly treated or like even put to jail or anything. And Mikazuki, unfortunately, in the situation, they got really ambushed really hard, and Mikazuki fighting like a crazy madman against everyone. It's like almost he against the world, and he fought and then and passed out while fighting. And this was really sad to see, but also like we also have a moment of reflection of Mikazuki and Olga, like they were able to have like the independence that they wanted, only for a short while. It's technically a couple of years, but not like the ultimate independence, like where they're forever free. But they had like this feeling towards it, and this was nice to see, but unfortunately very sad. But I find the ending still, why is the sad one still really good one? And yes, of course, after the time skip, we see a lot of characters from Tekkaden survive and live like a normal, good life. But unfortunately, some of the characters haven't found closure. It makes sense because of all the events that happen. There's so many variables that happens towards Tekkaden. It's not entirely therefore they didn't make it, but yes, of course, we've seen good characters, a lot of characters living now a normal good life, and it's not like the ultimate freedom that they had like previously what they wanted, but it's much better in the beginning as they were treated like almost like slave, like human debris. And yeah, and also with closure, we see characters, I forgot the name, didn't find closure and tried to kill the person. One is also partly responsible of the whole events at the end of Iron Blood Orphanage. But also what I really love was really sort of sweet and beautiful and a bit sad at the same time. We see also, because of the time scale, we see also Mikazuki had a child called Akatsuki that was with Atara, and surprisingly, yeah, Mikazuki had sex in the Gundam. This is one of the funniest things if you think about it. But yes, that Atara is raising Akatsuki, and the funny thing is Akatsuki looks exactly like Mikazuki, just with brown hair like Atara, and that is being raised with Cordelia. Yes, Atara and Cordelia are raising Akatsuki as almost like both their mothers. It's not like they're loving each other, but because of their love for Mikazuki, they're protecting the only thing that he sort of has left, and also with the bracelet. And one thing was really sad if you think about it, because Mikazuki liked both of them, and they both liked Mikazuki. And then there was also a moment where Atara wanted to, Atara told Cordelia to sleep with Mikazuki in case something happened. And I probably thought if Mikazuki survived the ambush or the fight itself, Cordelia would probably also had that child with Mikazuki, and so Mikazuki had sort of like both wives and both of them had children. But yeah, unfortunately it didn't happen. But I think overall it makes us really, really beautiful and sad at the same time thinking about this. Next series I want to talk more of the franchise is the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. While yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh has really good endings. There's endings where series where I felt like they had really, really good endings is Duel Monsters GX 5Ds. ZX was an okay ending, but yeah, it was an okay ending. It's not bad or anything, but it's also not as good as Duel Monsters and GX on 5Ds. That's Arc 5. Arc 5, well, initially when I watched this anime almost like, goodness gracious, 8 years ago, almost ended 8 years ago, 9 years ago when I watched, I didn't like it at all. Now that I got older, I grew to appreciate the ending, but yeah, I don't feel as great about it. It's okay, I would say. Ranked ending is a bit better, but it feels a bit more, it's technically concluded, but it feels like there needs to be something more about it. Because Ranked, compared to all other series, is shorter series of the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, because Yu-Gi-Oh with Duel Monster having 220 episodes, GX having 180 episodes, and the rest of the Yu-Gi-Oh series had like always like roughly 150 episodes, and very unfortunately only had like 130. So we had potentially 20 episodes missing, and unfortunately we don't have like this regular type of Yu-Gi-Oh. We have like, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh 7, the other Yu-Gi-Oh series, but it's not like similar to that. But yeah, what I'll talk about is, example, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monster. Why I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monster, because of the final battle. Because of course after Atem, because the whole series was about Atem sort of rescuing the world and trying to figure out who he is and going back to the past, led him to figure out who he is. His name is Atem, of course, not Yami, and yeah, now that he knew everything, got his memories back, meaning he needs to go to afterlife, and yes, the only way to go to the afterlife is through a duel. And the only character who fits perfectly, the only character who needs to challenge Artem to a duel is Yugi, because Yugi is the person closest to Artem, and they know each other. They both know each other and went through all different things. And seeing Yugi fight Artem is one of my favorite duels in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, because you see Yugi growth also, and Yugi has grown also a lot, and that is freaking amazing. And seeing the final duel, going through and seeing Yugi counting so many great plays of Artem, and Artem also counting stuff, and also has a lot of symbolism, especially in the final end when Artem tried to use a monster reborn and bring Sliver back. Yugi with the Ghost of Sarcophagus was able to negate the monster reborn with his own monster reborn, meaning almost like, yeah, the dead who are dead should not be longer in the living. And this all sort of fits beautifully. And also he played like when Artem said goodbye, this walk through when he does like the thumb up, and you only see him behind, and he goes walks through slowly through the afterlife, and you can see he's going. He has like his Egyptian outfits and goes through, and this looks so beautiful and so amazing. It's every time I see this episode, I get so emotional, because farewells are the one who really does it for me, and especially seeing Artem. Artem, in my opinion, has the coolest character design in the whole anime, and seeing him finally saying goodbye and going through is so beautiful. And yeah, this is why I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monster so much. The next series I want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Well, GX, I've not really watched it, but I find the ending really good, because throughout the series, Jaden, or Judai, our main protagonist, is a character who is always fun, loving, has fun in dueling, everything, has so much potential, but throughout the series, always mess up events happen, dark events happen, where he almost died, his friends are almost died, so much stuff happened. You can see Jaden from especially in season 1, what a lovable character, and compared to season 4, where he's just sad and just really depressing itself and constantly fight for survival. But now that he graduated from Duel Academy, where the whole series started, seeing Jaden or Judai going back to the deck of Yugi and then challenging Yugi, and he goes his passion back, his love back for dueling, because of course all the events that happened. And yes, of course we didn't see the we didn't see an concluded fight of the Yugi vs Jaden. It's always debatable who would have won, but yeah, it looks like Jaden has his love for Yugi back, and like is now traveling around the world, and this is a good ending to all the events that has happened, like a final happy ending for Jaden. Here's the one about the final Yu-Gi-Oh! Series I want to talk about is Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. While 5Ds is, I would say, Duel Monster has my favorite ending, but overall as a whole, I would say 5Ds has a better ending than Duel Monsters. Because what I love about Duel Monster 5Ds is, after they defeated Zone, we got a couple episodes about everyone. We got a couple episodes after the defeat of Zone, just about everyone else, what they want to do in life and what do they think about the future, because everybody's now trying to move on in the future. And then of course we get Yusei vs Jack, one of the best rivals in Yu-Gi-Oh! And dueling against each other. And there's so many symbolism in this fight itself. Example, when they banish two of the monsters into the future, like sort of going on to the future, and that's really beautiful. And also of course what I really love. I love callback from the beginning in series in general, when they do like callback from the beginning in the series to the current to the current present in the series. Example, one of the best symbolism I find in the episode was Yusei versus Yusei versus Jack. Yusei using Junction almost was like his first like main battle, main unique card that he has, and then defeating Red Dragon Archfiend. So he's main, so almost like yes, in the beginning of the series, Junction was Yusei's main boss monster, and defeating him also with that is really beautiful. It's almost like, and also the special ability of Junction is with lower monsters and monsters of lower stars, all both together can give one person strength, and sort of symbolize that you're not strong by yourself, but you're strong together, and what's really love. And one thing is what's really beautiful about the ending scene itself of the final episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is, not just 5Ds, is when everyone is now finished, now know what they want to do, everybody's now riding on the streets, and everybody's declaring themselves what they want to do in the future, what they will do, what will happen, and it's really beautiful to see everyone going. And then you hear the music also. Depending on which version you watch, you hear the first opening of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, or the ending, the final song of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, opening 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Future Colors by Plastic Tree. And both of them is so beautiful, and this made me emotional because all the characters I like, they finally say goodbye, and then you say giving everybody a high five, and you can see every character going to a different street lane, and it's so beautiful. And also what I love about this is throughout the couple few episodes they did like show future versions of each characters, except for Yusei because he's the main character of course. But yeah, I really would love if we have like the other version playing one like an OVA or a special of all of them together. Of course, another series that is really well known for having a good ending is Fullmetal Alchemist. Of course, everyone knows that it's great, but the fact that Ed was able to defeat Father and bring back Alphonse's body is really beautiful, because it's the whole thing that starts the series, and Ed and Alphonse trying to get their bodies back, and yeah, it started. Yeah, it's really beautiful. And the thing is also, because of alchemy this has happened, all these shenanigans that happened, losing an arm, losing the body and leg and everything, and the fact that Ed gave up alchemy to bring his brother back is really kind of crazy, because Alchemy was the one who Alchemy was the one that brought the situation, but now he's giving up, getting everything back, and now Edward cannot use like alchemy anymore. So it's kind of sad, but still I find it really good, beautiful. And now also Ed got now a child, and also grew up, because throughout the series he was constantly short, but now Ed looks tall, like example like it's similar to his father, and it's really beautiful. So yeah, from the Alchemist Brotherhood, I don't need to say anything more. The next season I want to talk about is Code Geass. I think everyone knows about Code Geass, that has a great ending. Seeing Lulu's journey and then in the end sacrificing himself for the greater good was also truly beautiful. And only few characters, the thing is also, only few characters know about the or realize about what happened to Lelouch and why he did this. And unfortunately I got spoiled about the ending itself, but still watching this all unfold was truly beautiful, and I love that truly, because Code Geass is a brilliant series, and then Lelouch experienced everything throughout the series, and now that's happening. It's just sad. It's really interesting what we call it. We really call this a happy ending or a sad ending, because our main protagonist died, but in the greater scheme of things, he unified all the people together and created a world where people are now be equal and now are happy together. The next series I want to talk about is Inazuma 11. I find Inazuma 11 has one of the best endings. I love it so much because everything comes together throughout the series. Especially, I'm talking just about Inazuma 11 original series. Everything's coming together from Endo, Mark Evans learning all his techniques through his grandpa. He's the one who started the football club in his grandpa in Raymond, because there was no football club almost like in the 40 years. And everything coming together, learning about his technique and stuff throughout the series through season 3. And this is such beautiful. And now that Endo had to fight, because Endo, Mark Evans, I'm saying Japanese name because I'm much more Japanese. Now Endo having a team built in Raymond, in his school that he started everything, and through his grandfather's book, coming together and fighting against his grandfather itself, sort of like his team, and fighting a team that he and his grandfather brought trained himself. So sort of it's kind of beautiful and kind of amazing. It's a perfect match, final match against Inazuma, especially as Mark Endo as the captain of the series, and also being a Rococo, being the Rococo being almost like a counterpart to Endo, which is almost like the same. Both are goalkeepers and both are captains of the series and of their respective teams. Endo, who was to train himself through his grandfather's sketchbooks and notebooks, and Rococo being trained himself by Endo's grandfather. It's really beautiful. Also, one thing I really love is the studio could have done is after the event of after they won the football frontier, they could have just ended it, right, and then went directly to Inazuma Go. But one thing I love, we had 3 or 2 episodes where they let it marinate. We had one episode of direct after the football frontier that they realized they won, had good time together, saying goodbye to all respective teams. And that's a really good thing. And also one thing that I love is also we have got 2 episodes where they talked about all the events that happened throughout the series, all the characters they met, and also them graduating. And that is such a beautiful thing. Especially for me, I got emotional because graduating is almost like farewell, everybody's saying their farewells. And what I loved about it is also that they got all the other characters coming back, a lot of characters coming back for the final episode, and seeing Endo graduating, because it's also really sad because Endo started the series, now we get a 1-year time skip at the graduation, and then all other characters came together and playing for the final time football. The original Team 7 of Raymond versus the new people who came in against each other, and that's such beautiful. And they play all throughout the match all the other openings from Inazuma 11, which all of them are bangers. This is one thing I really love. So yeah, I mean, there's other series, like example JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but now the video is almost super long. I can talk about another time potentially if you want to see more series that I think had really great endings. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure had all of them have great endings. One honorable mention I want to say is Dusk Made of Amnesia. Well, the anime was okay, for the most part, not bad, but also not crazy. But the ending, final episode, beautiful. I will maybe talk in the next video, but yeah, that's it for the video. And this was my thoughts about anime that I felt like has really amazing endings. So if you enjoyed this video, punch the like button, share to all your friends, write down in the comments below, and also which anime has, in your opinion, your favorite ending or the best ending. Of course, please don't spoil. If you want to talk about particular things, then please try to spoil it and then write down so people can try at least not to get spoiled. Thank you guys for watching. Let your life shine bright. May God bless you all. Let your life shine bright. Don't forget life is Showtime. Peace.